Among the 50 most innovative companies in the world, the Occupy movement stands at 7th place. But why? For embodying all the traits that make a fast-developing company. Square, a revolutionary service that enables everyone to accept credit cards anywhere, is working to disrupt an established trillion-dollar payment. Disruptive, small d democratic, transparent, tax-savvy, design-savvy, local and global, nimble, value-driven. This is the Occupy movement. Occupy movement has used tech tools to support, amplify, and connect participants. It has used technology as a competitive weapon. Together with the movement came a handful frontline innovators such as an MIT architecture professor designing housing structures that can keep protesters warm. And from foundations to a simple Air Force veteran of the Iraq War, we're all helping to make the internet and communications more efficient and more accessible. Everything started in July 13, 2011. A Canadian anti-consumerist magazine, Adbusters, called for an occupation starting September 17th. And what happened?
This has lasted much longer than any other protest I've ever seen on Wall Street, and I've seen a lot of sit-ins and protests and marches. This is definitely one has more legs than any that I've ever seen. Occupy Wall Street has been trying to raise awareness of this growing income gap, this growing opportunity and wealth between the richest people in America and the rest of us, the 99%, they say. They're protesting inequality, lack of opportunity, a jobs market that's not working for everyone, too much student debt, and kind of they feel like they've been sold a bill of goods, that they've taken out all the student debt for a place in an economy that's not giving them a job that's going to help them pay off that student debt. What they're protesting business as usual in Washington and business as usual on Wall Street. Both of those two big institutions, two big power structures in America that they think have conspired to make the wealthy wealthier and not serve the middle class and poor people. When you talk to them, they say, we're not going to draw up a specific list of demands. We're here to draw awareness to the numbers that don't lie, that the rich are getting richer, the middle are barely holding on, and the poor are getting poorer, and that there are just fundamental unfairnesses that have to go with greed in banks and greed in Washington that make this continue. The richest 1% of Americans made $343,000 last year or more, according to the IRS. That 1% has seen its income triple from 1979 to 2007. At the same time, the middle class has seen its income up about 40%, and the poor, the very bottom of that income, has barely seen it move. So you've seen a widening income gap, the biggest, widest income gap we've seen in this country in 70 years. More than punishing the 1%, what they're saying is, we are the 99%. What about us? We are a bigger group. We can be strong. We can stand here and occupy someplace and show you and raise awareness that your policies are not benefiting everyone. They're only benefiting a few. So rather than indicting the top 1%, and there are those who do that, but they're really trying to turn the focus on the 99% who they say have been left behind.
The communication spread around the world with the slogan, "We are the 99%. Then people were involved using their own cell phones to capture and show the movement through the net. Tim Pool was an example, wearing a Voltec backpack with solar charger and a high-capacity battery for powering a cell phone. He captured much of the early morning protests in Wall Street, filming up to 20 hours straight every day. His videos streamed to more than 20,000 viewers simultaneously and 250,000 visitors in one day. As the website Fast Company said, he is taking more advantage with his $500 Samsung Galaxy S11 cell phone on Sprint's 4G network than TV networks can muster with thousands of dollars of gear, satellite trucks, pretty anchors, and helicopters. According to Sarah Kessler from the website How Occupy Wall Street is Building Its Own Internet, protesters at Zuccotti Park had enough resources to satisfy a small village, hot food, live entertainment, even a library. But perhaps their most effective resource comes from a 9-foot-high pole known as the Freedom Tower, usually stationed at the southwest corner of the park and currently being redesigned to run on batteries charged by biodiesel generator. It's free Wi-Fi, but not as we know it. Their larger goal, however, is an ambitious one, creating a new kind of internet with an off-the-grid component just for OWS.
So I'm Isaac Wilder. I was born and raised in Kansas City. What brings me here is a belief that we can build a better world, and my little piece of that is building a better network. So I'm one of the directors of the Free Network Foundation, and we advocate for global scale, decentralized and distributed networks. We believe that they are far more resistant to breakdown and immune to censorship, and thus better than the architecture we have today, where networks are run by for-profit operators and they get to look at all of the packets we send back and forth. So we set up this Freedom Tower here, give all the people of Liberty Park Wi-Fi, give them access to the internet, let them tell their friends what's going on, and it's a drop in the bucket, but it's a start on the long, hard road to a free network.
Right on. How's it been going so far?
That's been going great. I mean, tower's running great, which is the main thing I care about, and staying dry mostly. The tower is not a concern; it's weatherproof. But I'm not so weatherproof. So yeah, it's going great. It's going great. This is the most beautiful fucking thing in the world. Like, it's easy. You get desensitized to it after a minute, but if you step away and then you come back, you're like, oh yeah. No, this is just something extraordinary that we are all blessed to participate in. So.
Mic check! Mic check!
M-I-A-M-I-A-M-I-A-M-I-A-M-I-A-M-I-A